here's some okra seeds. They're kind of dull colored. We're going to put them in the dish. We're going to cover them with water. Okay. And this way it's going to help to have them sprout. They'll be easier to start. Then we'll put a tag in with the variety and the date. And it might take 3 to 4 days before they sprout. Okay, what we did was we took 4 seeds. These are Star of David. We put them in water 4 days ago. And as you can see, the one that's second from the left has a little tiny white sprout coming out of it. So that's the root, and that means the seeds are getting ready to plant. Okay, here's one of our seeds that's ready to be planted. If you look very carefully, there's a little white root coming out of the seed. So we're going to just plant it about a ½ an inch or to an inch deep, cover it up, and then we'll water it in thoroughly, and it should grow. Here is a new emerald sprout with the seed still attached. Here is a sprout that is a few days older. Okay, here we have a seed that's gotten fat and dark, so it's ready to be planted. And we're going to plant it in a little pot about a ½ inch deep, lightly cover it up. We're going to water it in and water it till all the dirt is completely saturated. And of course, make sure we put in the tag with the variety. After seeding, we'll put the pot on a heating pad to sprout. After they sprouted, we moved them to the greenhouse. We planted 9 heirloom varieties of okra. Okay, so here's a seedling, and it's ready to be transplanted. And I'll show you what the roots look like and break away some of it. So you can see it's got a nice root structure, all this little white. So we'll plant it, firm the soil around it, and then of course we'll water it good and put the tag in next to it. This is Star of David. This is Robbery. And Z-Best. This one is Perkins Long Pod. And this is Harlow's Homestead. And Burgundy. This is Gold Coast. And Clemson Spineless. And finally, here is Emerald. Okra flowers are pretty enough for it to be grown as an ornamental. One morning, we found that a critter had dug up some of the okra. We think it might have been due to the fertilizer we put in the planting hole. Okay, on this plant, what we see is the blossom that's not fully open. This is the blossom part here. And then down below, here's a little baby okra, but it's not big enough to pick. When it gets to be about 2 or 3 inches, then we could pick that one. Okay, so we've come to another plant, and this one is the perfect size to pick. I'm going to go ahead, and you can't, if you try to twist them, they just kind of tear the branches. So this is a really good size. I guess it's about 3 inches. So that looks good. And again, the plant is showing all sorts of new growth. Okay, so you can see the little ones here, and then another little one here. And this one is way too big. So I'm going to clip it off. And it's not that it's so thick, but it's pretty long, so it might be woody on the outside. But here's a flower, and here's another little one forming. So I think it's going to be like, kind of like beans, where you want to keep them picked. Okra comes in all shapes and sizes. At this point, the Star of David plants were the most robust.
Music by Kevin MacLeod.